Religion is not something human invented. It is something the human brain naturally produces. Not because humans are irrational, not because of ignorance or anything, not because of weakness, but because of how learning, prediction, and explanation works inside a biological system. Today I'll describe religion in the way we describe science, language, vision, or evolution. So we're not going to discuss religion in terms of belief, not theologically, but as an emergent property, a side effect of how mind behave inside uncertain environment. Every biological brain is a prediction machine. Constantly ask one question. What action increases the chance that I survive? To answer that, it uses reinforcement. If an action is followed by rewards, it is strengthened. If an action is followed by punishment, it is weakened. This works well in stable environments, but in environments with randomness, delayed rewards, and hidden variables, it creates false learning. Imagine a hunter. He hunts 10 times, 9 out of 10 times he failed. 1 time he succeeded. The brain does not store all 10 attempts equally. It stores the success, it stores it with emotional weights. So it asks, what did I do before this success? And everything near that success comes reinforced. Not only useful actions, also useless actions too. The postures, thoughts, the weather, the songs he sang before the hunt, the rituals. The brain cannot distinguish correlation from causation under delayed feedback. So it preserves correlation. This is how superstition forms, not by error, but by design. It is a trade-off. It is safer to overlearn than to underlearn. Better to preserve some useless action than to lose a useful one. This mechanism is not unique to humans. It exists in animals too. In one experiment by this guy called Skinner, pigeons were given food at random intervals. Randomly in their cage, they just get food. And each pigeon developed a behavior. Some of them are spinning around. Some of them are pecking air. Some of them are swaying. And some are head bobbing. The behavior did nothing. But those behaviors just happened to occur before the reward, so it was reinforced. The pigeons learned without understanding. They thought that because they did this specific action, they got the food. And humans do the same, but humans add something. They actually explain those random behaviors. Humans can narrate, they can justify, and then they can turn those behaviors into belief. Now, add another feature of the human brain. It detects agency. When something happens, the brain asks, who did this? So events becomes actions. Actions imply actor. All the lightning, diseases, storm, or death. Things that human yet to understand, they treat it like intentions. But there is no visible human that is responsible for those consequences. So the actor becomes invisible, but still intentional. This is how gods form. It is not only from imagination, but is more of an inference under uncertainty. A god is an agent-shaped explanation for a system too complex to model. So all early gods in the human history are very emotional. They can get angry, jealous, they can be generous or vengeful because humans understand people better than physics. So when forced to explain physics, they use people to explain it. This makes God emotionally acceptable, which makes them memorable, which makes them transmissible, which makes them stable. Now, consider why religion does not disappear when it fails. If someone prays and nothing happens, the belief does not die. It mutates. Maybe I was unworthy. Maybe I did something wrong. Maybe this is a test from God. Maybe the reward is delayed and maybe the punishment is hidden. Maybe I did the ritual wrong. Every failure creates a new explanation and it does not get rid of the belief. The belief just grows more complex, but it will not collapse because it is attached to an existential fear. Fear of death, a fear of chaos, fear of meaninglessness. Beliefs attached to fear do not decay. They stabilize within a society. We see similar behaviors in artificial systems too. Reinforcement reinforcement learning agent develop useless habits. The reinforcement AI, they jump when the jumping does nothing when they're playing Mario. Because being some of the AIs run in the Mario game, they happen to jump in a random position that does not do anything, but they ended up having a high score in that game. So that jumping behavior is preserved. Even when the AI has like 100% win rate in the game and has a very high score, it always gonna jump in the same way, in the same position that does nothing. It does not avoid nothing. It does not help nothing. It is nothing. Humans do the same. But for humans, the stakes are life and death, so the pattern becomes sacred. Religion is formed. It is not like a glitch or a virus nor delusion of the human society. It is actually something that is absolutely natural, that emerges with a learning system, with pattern recognition, with agency detection, and with social cognition. Operates inside an uncertain world. With high emotional stakes and incomplete information, religion is not designed. It is selected cognitively. And that's the end of today's video. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you on the next one.